This is Mike McAvoy from Joseph Phelps Vineyards, Napa Valley, St. Helena, California.
Hi, Julia. It's Greg over for calling. Yeah, we were still at Muds when you called me and left a message yesterday. The event exceeded my expectations, and I think it exceeded everybody else's expectations. Mike was awesome. He got there about 3:15. We networked for about 45 minutes to about 4. Then he talked and answered questions for like 45 minutes. We had about 50 people. It was a good turnout, as it turns out. Had a lot more people sign up in the last week, which is what I was hoping. He was great. And then he came with Sarah as well. So she was sitting with Susie at the table tasting the wine. And he really likes wine. And you obviously already knew that as well. And then the best part, watching the whole thing was great. So I left a message with Derrick to pass on the mic on Friday in case, he ended up wanting to stay for dinner. So he and Sarah had talked about that before they got there. They were comfortable with everybody. So I re-invited them to dinner, and they stayed. So we wrapped up the event at like 5:45. So the whole thing lasted almost 3 hours. Mike and Sarah said they would stay for dinner, and we closed the restaurant down. John, who is the owner and a big cow guy, got us a room in the back, and 18 people from the crowd of 50 ended up staying. Once they found out, most of them stayed because they found out Mike was staying. So there were about 20 of us in a back banquet room, and it was great. We had dinner for like almost 4 hours. We didn't wrap up there till 10 o'clock. So John, the owner of Muds, of course, took care of Mike and Sarah's dinner, so that was all free for them. And we had some more wine and great food, and it was just, I'd met Mike a couple of times before and got to talk to him for a while a couple of weeks ago at the Coaches Tour event, but got to talk to him for quite a while, obviously, yesterday, and it was a great event. Like I said, it exceeded my expectations. He was blown away by the bottle, as you could probably imagine. I presented it to him after he finished speaking, before we went on to the wine tasting by Betty Kaufman, and he was absolutely amazed and really appreciative. And Sarah said that we just, when I showed her first while he was still speaking what I was going to get for Mike, and she goes, wow, she goes, you have a friend for life there. I said, yeah, that's what I heard, that you had helped obtain this from the vineyard. So anyway, it all just turned out great. I hope your trip and your other things went well. And everything just went off without a hitch. The weather, it was pretty foggy in San Ramon until about 12:30, but it cleared off a couple hours before the event, and even the weather turned out to be.
From the Napa Valley, there's a very good chance you've heard of Joseph Phelps, and they're famous all around the world for making wines of the highest quality. Recently, Phelps made a new commitment to quality. They're only going to be making estate-grown wines. This is a big thing.
You're my love. Yes.
That's your husband, my
Yes, that's the yeah. All right.
I've got a few red ties, yeah. I'm not going to throw them away. Red looks good with some things, just I'm not going to wear them in basketball games.
That was great.
Do we have any more questions for Mike? Last question before we let him and the rest of us enjoy some more wines. Let's give him a big hand. Actually, that's exactly the right comment to make, Mike, because we are bringing out the good stuff for Mike. We are bringing out
what I'm talking about.
Joseph Phelps 1998 Insignia wine.
That is good stuff right
This
there.
is worth, and I'm sure, actually I'm not too sure you want to open it because it's true.
There's not enough to go around. This is good stuff. This is my favorite. It really is. I really enjoy this one.
Thank you. You have to wear this proudly. Thank you very much. Now we're going to have the team come up to say a couple things and introduce Betty and.
I welcome you all to visit us at some point if your travels ever take you to Napa Valley, so we can return some of the hospitality that we receive when we visit here. Thank you.
Hi, this is Dean Suzuki. Just calling you to thank you for getting that wine. That was a big highlight at the event. And Mike announced to everyone that was his favorite wine. So we all had a terrific time. It couldn't have been better. It will be hard to top this event, that's for sure.